Okay, hope you can see that. Take 1 of Ideal Presentation, ASL to English. This is the very, 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 very rough draft of Kate Kearns. Alrighty. Hi. Today I'm going to talk to you about the cardiovascular system, and we're really going to focus on the heart. Now the heart is, it's about the size of a baseball, covered in cardiac muscle cells. Now it's kind of cool because there aren't any other organs in the body that have these muscle cells. So if you dissect the heart, kind of look at the two halves, you'll see that there are chambers in the heart. The top chambers are the atriums, the right and the left atriums, and the bottom chambers are called the right and the left ventricles, respectively. Now, the heart never really stops. It never really takes a break and relaxes. It just keeps on pumping, keeps on working. So I'm going to talk about 2 of the basic functions of the heart, and then I'm going to talk about the blood vessels, the arteries and the veins. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to discuss how the heart circulates the blood through the body. The heart sends the deoxygenated blood through the veins. It's the wasted, the dirty blood, the blood that's got CO2 in it. It sends that through the body up into the right atrium, and the blood goes through the tricuspid valve. It's got 3 openings in it, hence tricuspid. It goes through the trunk, which is located on the sides of the heart, near the lungs. And it goes through all those tiny little branches that look like tree roots to the very tiny ends that are called the capillaries. Now the capillaries are really fragile. They can get damaged really easily. So the blood gets to the capillaries and swims back through. It's changed out at the capillaries, and then it heads back through the body. It's cleaned and becomes oxygenated. In doing so, it enters the bicuspid valve, or the mitral valve, goes through the openings into the left ventricle. Now this is the biggest chamber of the heart, the left ventricle. It's got a big responsibility. It's got to work hard to pump all the blood through the system. It pumps all the blood down to the toes, up to the brain. It goes through the aorta, which is the biggest artery. The aorta sends the blood up to the brain. Now, the vessels are kind of cool. They can change size. They can constrict and expand, but, I mean, what's the point of it? Suppose you get into a car accident and the blood vessels expand and allow more blood to flow because your blood pressure rises. When that happens, it needs to slow down. Or suppose you get a cut, the vessels constrict, lessening blood flow, which causes, essentially, is why your blood clots. Now, the cut example is an example of a smooth muscle. That's just kind of an instinctual thing your body does. Your brain doesn't control that function. So, we talked about the heart, different chambers, the vessels, the arteries, and the veins. Just kind of giving you some basic information. So, I'm going to explain a little bit more about the arteries, how they move. The arterioles go to the capillaries, and then they head back up through the venules, and then they enter the heart through the veins. So yeah, that's just some basic information about the heart.